Good afternoon once again, my students, my geography students. Today we are going to look at how we can represent relief features on map using the topo sheet and the conventional science. Now, the surface of the earth, as you all know, is made up of lowlands, water bodies, and highlands or other things. And all these features that we have on the land are shown on topographical maps by using what is called conventional symbols or conventional signs and other methods or techniques. So within this short time, we are going to look at some of the techniques we just mentioned, and then we make much emphasis on the relief features, how we can show them with contours and the conventional symbols. So let's move on. The techniques or the methods that we use to show relief features, we have what is called the contour lines. So when you look at this, this is what is called the contour. We have contour line here. Then okay, yeah. Let me go back again. Yeah, so we have contour lines, and these contour lines that we are talking about, they join places of equal height or depth above or below sea level. So you can see that where the contours are drawn below sea level, normally we call them the submarine contours. And on map and every topo sheet, when they give you topo sheet, the contour lines are shown by brown lines, as you can see. They are shown with what brown lines here. Do you see where I've drawn the circle, the green circle to cover? So all contour lines are shown with the brown curved lines on the map, usually numbered on higher side of slope. So when the height is increasing, the number that you also see, the contour value also increase. So that's what you have here, if you can all see. The other one you can talk about is the spot height. The spot height is used to show specific spot above the sea level. So you see a dot, then they will write the height value beside it. That is the spot height. Then we have other ones called the trigonometrical station. The trig stations are points on the Earth's surface showing accurate height of places where the angles of triangulations have been measured during the survey of the country. Until they mark all these areas. And on topo sheet, when you are reading, as I already said, as geography student, whenever trying to answer or read or interpret your map, the first thing that you should do is when they give you the topo sheet, you must look at the legend or the key, because it is the key or the legend that explains every symbols that you have on the map to you to understand it or to get it well. Yes, it's the key that do that to explain everything well to you, to your own understanding. So that is trigonometrical station. So you see that symbol in the form of triangle. You see it in the form of triangle. Let me show it to you. This is what I'm talking about. This symbol where I've done the marking is what I'm talking about. Triangle. You will see that thing there. This one, or at times you will see something round. But that thing have a dot inside. Now, when you have the dot with a number beside it, and it's not in a circle, it is no more a trigonometrical system, but rather it becomes what is called a spot height. So take note, the spot have the dot with a number beside it, but the moment they put the dot in the circle or in the triangle, that is a quarter triangle, then it becomes what is called a trigonometrical station. So you should take note of that. You don't have to forget that thing. Then other ones we have hatching. As you see the diagram here, it represents the hatching, that is lines drawn on or drawn to show the shape of the land. The lines are drawn to show the shape of the land, and the lines are usually drawn following the direction of the slope or gradient until you see that also. This is what you're talking about here at the hatching. Yes, that is what you are talking about here. That is the hatching. Then there's other one that we talk about as benchmarks. Benchmarks, you see a lot of them. You see that there is permanent land survey mark inscribed on an object such as wall, building, roadside, or bridge to indicate the exact height. So bench height, hill shading layer coloring, all of them. Now I use different colors. So this layer coloring. So layer coloring shows the height on a map. It shows the height on a map. That's the layer coloring. It shows the height on the map. Then darker colors are used for the height, the highest part of the relief. And lighter colors are used to show low lying areas. So where we have the deep brown colors, those areas that you see, the areas having the deep brown colors, areas like these places, they have the higher height. That's why they are in deep brown. Then as it rises up some more, come down, it begin to fade out from brown to light yellow and become green, as you see in the diagram here. So this is what is called the layer coloring. Now let's look at the conventional symbols proper. Now in conventional symbols say that they are cartographic codes or symbols used on map to show the location and distribution of what? Features. So these signs represent both natural and man-made features, which serve as a key to the study of what? Maps. So why do we normally use conventional signs as geographers? As geography students preparing to write your WASSCE. You see, the landmarks that we see or the features are so huge, and we can't carry all of them and put them on paper. Yes. So there's a need to use the symbols, so that the symbols will represent them on the map. Now again, the map will create a pictorial noise, like it will represent if you represent all the things that we have, or actual figure that we have on the land, on the paper, or on the map will be overcrowded. That's why it's referred to pictorial noise. So as we are learning as geographers, to try possible to keep all these things in mind and know all these things as reasons why we prefer using conventional signs and other things. Then they are generally made easy to understand and copy. So the symbols make it easy for you to get it and understand that. Let's continue. Now, how do we classify conventional symbols on our topo sheet? They are being classified into 5 groups or categories. We have those that represent relief features and drainage and other things. So for the relief ones, they are used to represent relief features. That is the landscape, whether the place is flat, the place is a plain, high or low lying area, whether the area is mountains or valley. They use the relief features to show that. And some of the relief symbols that we use are the contour lines. Because I've already said that the more the values increase or rise up, but the more the contours are too close, it represents a high area. But as the contours are open or wide, then the height of the area also reduces, become like a low lying area, or it reduces its height. That is the contour lines. Then we have spot height, trade stations, and other things. They are all used to show the layer coloring. They are all used to show the relief, how high or low an area is. How high or low an area is. Then the other one is drainage features. These features refers to all water bodies that we see on a given map. All the blue lines that you see. That is other oceans or the sea, the rivers, the lake, the springs, ponds, whatever. They are all shown by color blue. They are indicated with color blue. And some of the symbols under this classification include rivers. Some of the rivers, you have large rivers and normal, narrow rivers. Yes, we have that. We have large rivers and normal, narrow rivers. Some of the rivers are large. Others too, they are wide. Some too, they are narrow like streams and other ones. They are all water bodies that we see on the map. And how do you know that it's a large water body? The thickness or the size of the width of the river indicate that it is a large water body or a small water body. Good. So Other areas, we have area reliability flat. Normally, they're shown by a cluster of looking lines, as we have here. They are all, there's a symbol showing area reliability flat. Then the blue, the ponds are shown by blue like this. We have other things showing all the water bodies that we have on the map. Then talking about vegetation and crop features, we have some of them normally shown in green color. So when you see green color, the scattered cultivation, the farmlands, forests, all of them are shown with green colors and other symbols like K for cola, C for cotton, and other things. That is good. Then we also have other symbols called the root features or symbols. They show the roots joining two or more settlements on the map. Yes, that is the root features. They are roads and other means of transport, connectivity or networks that connect two places or two or more places on the map together. It could be footpath, it could be first class road. You have the road, we have three. You have class 1 road, class 2 or third class road. And they have the way to represent them on the map. So when you look at the slides that I'm showing you here, this one is the class 1. Let me come again. This one is the class 1 road. It has deep or printed red lines on the topo sheet. Then the second class road have looking lines with red and white lines. Then the third class road, that one, there's no color in it. It's plain or blank space showing the type of road it represents. Good. Railway lines are shown like this. So this is what is called railway lines. Railway lines. These railway lines. We have footpath. We have other ones. They are all here. Yes. So railway line is here. Footpath. We have Hunter's track. The dot here is Hunter's track. Good. Hunter's track. That is all. Then talking about for settlement. Settlement symbols or functions of a settlement. This one have a town. Normally you see the round or irregular shape with some dot or other symbol inside. Then the box ones are also used to show areas with less population and other things. They are all there. They are all there used to show conventional symbols on topo sheet. Don't forget, because in your paper 1 of these objectives, your first 10 or 14 or 12 questions, which involve map analysis or map reading, you may use topo sheet or you use topo sheet. Then the paper 3 compose the questions to question 1. You also demand what you using topo sheet. So you must understand the symbols on the map. You must understand the symbols on the map whilst you are interpreting it. Good. Now let's look at the cultural man-made or functional symbols. Yes, these symbols include transportation symbols, communication, and others. They are all found on that. Now, before we continue, let's look at the color in topographic maps representation. You know, blue for the blue lines or shape for water bodies or the drainage systems, brown for contour lines, black for roads, buildings, railways, and other man-made objects, then green for woodlands or vegetations, then red for highways. So all of them, these colors, you may see them on topo sheet. You may see these colors on your topo sheet. And in WASI, paper 3, your map don't have these colors on top of it there at the extreme northeastern part of the topo sheet. Then you need to call for change, because they will state it there that if your map don't have all these colors on it, you have to call for a change of paper. That is what you should also bear in mind. Thank you for watching. Now, what are the functions of a settlement? You see all these symbols on your topo sheet and you begin to ask yourself, what at all does this symbol that you have on the map represent? We have a lot of them. We have school, and whenever you see a school on your topo sheet, The function that the school play is that it perform what is called educational function. Educational function. Educational function. Yes, that is educational function. You have that one. Then barracks also have all the things that they represent. PS or PP, BKS, the police station, police post, security functions, and other ones. So please, my followers, my learners, you shouldn't forget all these land use or functions of a settlement. You have to keep them in mind and know them. When you see a picture of shovel and let me say pickers, they represent mining working area or mineral quarry, and they show economic or industrial function. So you earn it here, and in our next meeting, we will continue with the other part of the lesson, this donate patterns, how you can identify donate patterns on your topo sheet. Thank you for your time.